count three twice?
5, 3.
Count three twice.
Yeah, they could hear you anyway, so. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Penny for a Tale. I am Mitchell, also known as Penny in the interwebs. Today we have some new cool people with us, some people that I have hung out with, I think, one time. So it should be interesting to see them travel and go through this magical, wonderful, and highly optimistic world of Alien, the TTRPG. If you're not familiar with Penny for a Tale, make sure to do that. Follow the subs, all sorts of stuff. We have a Discord. If you don't know it, go find it. It's easy to find. Any case, we're going to go around to each of these amazing and lovely people, let them introduce themselves. We won't get into their characters as of yet, but the screaming will happen sooner or later. So we'll start with Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm the owner of a small board game bar in Baltimore. I'm a big RPG fan, Pathfinder mostly, but I play and I GM, and I'm looking forward to my first Alien TTRPG game.
Ooh. All right, cool. Let's hop on over to Nellie.
My name is Nellie. I work for Mike at No Land Beyond. I'm an artist in Baltimore here. This is my first time playing a TTRPG, or any RPG, really.
Oh,
I guess I play video games? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited.
My question is if your character does something to Mike's character,
Yes. There will
no.
be rain.
that's just
Fired.
Yeah, that or maybe discounts. I don't know if it stays on your team. I guess we'll find out. We are above bar.
I guess we'll see. The future is in whose hands? I don't know.
Ooh, this is true. All right, cool. So let's hop on over to Meaghan.
Hi, I'm Meaghan. I am married to one of the owners of No Land Beyond.
Oh man, the other one, right?
Yeah, the cool one.
Yeah.
Not me.
I've also never done. I don't know what TTRPG is, but I've never done anything as far as I know. So.
Yeah, I feel like TT can just be eliminated because of the pandemic. Because usually tabletop, and I haven't been at a table in a very, very long time.
Well, Megan's at a table, so
Yeah, I have a book table.
Book and everything. All right, cool. So swooping on over to Jeri, who has the best background.
True.
Hi, I'm Jeri. I also in Baltimore. This is only my third RPG, so still consider myself new at this, but I'm excited for this alien universe. Definitely favorite movies as a kid, so hopefully I won't die.
What was your favorite part about the Alien movies? What made it so magical for you?
Ripley, 100%. Yeah, she carried.
It's all the death, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Death and goo and guts.
Eggs.
I
Tiny
love
mouths
doing
coming out of other tiny mouths.
Yeah. White blood. Gotta love white blood.
Oh yeah.
Milkman.
Jesus, Mike.
I actually, my first memory of Alien was I was probably 6 years old, and my mother was teaching, and they had like a sleepover, like a school sleepover, and they watched Aliens, I think it was, and
That's kid friendly.
I had nightmares.
Yeah.
I had nightmares for years and years. I still have nightmares, but now I really like the movies, except for 3 and Resurrection.
That's fair. Well, hopefully this one is a worthwhile sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly, we can't get Ripley, but maybe next time.
You got
All
her
right.
son.
All right, so we have a really cool setting for this. This is K2 18.
I'm Harrison.
What about Harrison?
I'm Harrison real quick. Just before we forget.
Nah, let's just move past Harrison.
No, and now we're done. Let's keep going.
No,
Okay.
go ahead, Harrison.
Yeah.
No,
No,
Harrison.
that was it. That was it.
No,
that was all.
who
All right.
are you and
I-
why are you awesome and why did we give
Why are
you
you
that?
here?
Yeah.
I'm here because my good buddy Mike introduced me to Mitch a little while ago, and we got into a game called Cult, which is a fun, spooky role-playing game filled with lots of terror. And I wanted more. I've played some TTRPGs like Pathfinder and stuff like that. I'm an artist as well, like Nellie, living in Baltimore, and I just love playing role-playing games because there ain't nothing better than pretending to be something you're not. So that's all there is to that.
Like a cool guy.
Coolest
Nothing else to
guys.
do.
All right, look around. Is there anyone else I'm forgetting? Just make sure.
Otis,
Peeve.
I think
my
we
dog,
got
he'll be
it.
over here later.
Oh,
is
great start,
out.
Mitch.
Yeah, it's just Harrison. I don't know. I
No,
feel
you're
like
good. We're good.
I was friends with Harrison before.
I've
this
been
stream.
bugging him. I've been bugging him so much the past 3 days. I honestly am not surprised. He was just like, "Okay, let's just go."
I love it
It's a
because
steady thing.
when my kid's like punching me in the face, I have something to look at. And you were right, Bloom. I think Cult is one of the best games to introduce people to the hobby with, and just it's a nice starter. I've introduced I think about 5 or 6 people to TTRPGs via Cult, and it's always kind of been the catalyst for a addiction, which is always healthy.
Damn, Lost James 23 already bet against us. That's cold.
Oh no!
That is cold.
I'll see your bet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and for
that's
people
fair.
who are like really interested in kind of participating, not this time because I didn't have enough time, but next time via the channel points. So today is a great time to start getting those channel points. You'll be able to introduce all sorts of horrific scenes to these people. Yeah, because I want to work with you guys to terrify them. Or to just make them happy, whichever works for you guys.
That sounds.
I'm only
creepily
happy when I am
wonderful.
terrified.
Yeah.
You should have said when it rains.
Well, I'm terrified of the rain.
I just love that song. So yeah, before I allowed Harrison to have that lovely intro, we were talking about the planet, which is 3 times the size of Earth, and a place where this crew of industrialists, community, and corporate slaves have decided to conduct research for their benevolent overlords several miles deep into the ocean of this planet. They are currently in the Twilight Zone, a place where light barely filters down into the location. Thousands and thousands of tons of pressure creeping down, and as you can, when you sleep, you kind of hear the creaking of the nuts and bolts, and there's never any point in time throughout this whole adventure where you feel 100% confident that this station won't just explode or burn its way into you. The corporation did not spend as much money as they probably could have. But you guys are here to keep it alive and well, with the potential of having more colonists join you within a couple weeks. So it's exciting. You 5 individuals in this lovely place. The place is 2 domes attached to 2 elevators that go all the way up to the surface. So there are only the 2 ways of going up and down. The mobile underwater units are primarily used for this depth and aren't really equipped to handle the pressure differentiation as they head on up. Furthermore, the 2 domes, one of them is the research dome, the other is the rec and recreation dome where people sleep, enjoy themselves with this horrible food of, I don't know if you've ever seen Snowpiercer, but you can imagine like these little rectangular black and brown jello, jello items that you just kind of bite into like a little bar. And hopefully maybe one
Jell-O.
day. Yeah, it's just, rectangular Jell-O. You can just kind of like... It's good stuff. Of course, your Walter is filtered from your own pee. So that's always enjoyable.
Yeah.
Nice, lovely taste on there. But you guys have brought some wonderful things to kind of help you throughout this process. You guys have been here for, a couple months? So you guys know each other. You've fallen into the routine. You've gotten to that point where the warmth of human contact isn't something that you desperately desire, but maybe even sometimes kind of lean away from, as you guys have become mandatory housemates for the last couple of months. Research continues on with several exploration kind of voyages going out about a mile or a mile and a half from this place, your station, taking soil samples, water samples, enjoying the aquatic life here. Most of the creatures here, like other deep sea creatures, suffer from the phenomenon known as giganticism, where they are just huge as fuck. And you might have your own opinions on that. Nonetheless, we are going to hop into our lovely afternoon. The only place that you can really figure out if it's afternoon, nighttime, are really just the lights overhead, which slowly dim as nighttime approaches, and then brighten during the day so you can get your nice vitamin D. Awesome stuff. But you guys are here, sitting at the steel table, bolted down to the floor, grates below you. You can see several of the pipes underneath those grates, some of them moist with kind of humidity. The fridge is just on the other side. It's not really a cold fridge. It's just really a place where you guys are able to stick your little gelatin cubes for your enjoyment and later consumption. There are several plates, and everyone pretty much has one plate, one cup, and one fork. But you guys are enjoying your meal. Lovely, lovely meal this afternoon. And with that, we'll go around to each of you as you describe what your character looks like, what you're thinking about, and how you are enjoying your little Jell-O rectangle. Brown with crusty edges, has a nice slithering aftertaste to it, maybe even a little hoppy at the end. And Mike, we'll just throw it over to you.
Right. Well, should I talk in my accent yet? I'm not going to talk into my accent until I speak. So, Scooter, his friends, everybody calls him Scooter. He's probably sitting a little bit farther away from everybody at the corner of the table, and he's kind of staring directly down into his food and just slurping it. And if you look at him closely, you can see that he actually kind of relishes it. He really enjoys this like time where he gets to shove the little plastic Jell-O piece. Scooter is freakishly tall. He's got a tiny wispy goatee. He's got tattoos everywhere, all throughout his body. Some are poorly spelled, some are poorly drawn. But yeah, he's freakishly tall. If you imagine a belter from The Expanse, and actually him being, you were talking about giganticism, and that's pretty funny because him being under this far under the water, it gives him discomfort. Like he's always a little bit of he's too tall and lanky and big for a place like this. So not only is his bed too small and the corridors are too small, but the pressure itself kind of hurts his bones. So he's sitting there and he's got this rabbit's foot, and he is my kitty.
Sorry.
And he's just kind of slurping his food and playing around with his rabbit's foot every once in a while, not really saying much to anybody.
Excellent. All right, Meaghan.
So, you said Meaghan, that's me. My character probably is not particularly unfriendly, so she might be sitting with some of the other people, maybe not with Nellie, And she is slim. I specifically said that she's played by Cara Delevingne, and I was thinking from Valerian, like her character from Valerian. So blonde, long blonde hair, slim, kind of like not like serious looking, you know. She's her name's Bambi, but she goes by B. And I would say that she's probably thinking just about how much she hates this food and hates this place and wishes she wasn't here. And maybe even wondering what her dad's eating right now. But
That's fair. All right, Nellie.
My character is Kiwi Shores. She's tall, a bit on the athletic build side, always active, and always looking a bit disheveled with a lost, emotionless stare. She's probably feeling a little strung out and distressed about having to be in the situation that she's in, feeling a little bit bitter about being assigned to this planet. She's not a particularly hateful person, so a little apathetic about the company she keeps, and probably really interested in what Dr. Isaac Penrose has been up to recently.
Speaking of Isaac, Harrison, go ahead.
I'm Dr. Isaac Penrose. He is tall, but like maybe 6 feet. He's thin. He's like a white Caucasian. Think like Peter Capaldi kind of. He's got curly hair, but it's graying. Sunken eyes, and like kind of like heavy bags under his eyes. Like he doesn't sleep often, and he's always moving when you guys like see him. He's just like he's never sitting still for very long. Like he sits down to eat, and like you maybe see him like sit down, put the plate down, and just like just basically shove the whole thing in his mouth, eat, get up, like clean his plates and cups, and he'll like sit and kind of like hang around just for some social company, because like a lot of times his like research will keep him, like you guys won't see him sometimes for days. Maybe you'll stop by his like offices and stuff, or where he works, the labs, and there's just like papers and shit everywhere. And so he's like super fidgety, and also kind of like uncomfortably he's always like, if you like look at him, it almost feels like he was just looking at you, or he will be looking at you. Like he's always like checking up on people. I'm the doctor.
The doctor.
So that's what he's doing.
Excellent. Jeri, what's Gibbs up to?
Ian Gibson, Gibbs for short, that's what everyone calls him. He's not really tasting his food. He's just kind of like cutting it up, eating it, cutting it up, looking at people. He's pretty much every family meal he tries to start conversation, talk about updates on the ship, and check in on people. He really wants to think about anything else but his own thoughts. So I don't think his crew's making it very easy, but he doesn't give up. He'll bother them with conversation, you know, comms are down in this sector, or gonna work on this later, and what do you think about this, that kind of stuff.
I told Scooter to do it. He said he would after.
Yeah, hey Scooter, how's that? How are those comms?
Well, I did it.
Cool.
You got it, boss.
Yeah. So you guys are enjoying your lovely meal. I mean, the rest of your day's activities involve just going over the maintenance of the station, as well as just checking out more of this wonderful planet that you inhabit. any case, leave it all
Can
to you.
anybody remind me of why we're here?
Science. We're here for science.
Yeah, but what's the project we're working on?
We're here to pick up xenobiological samples, take them and study them, and hopefully they'll further my research, help prolong human life.
You
Hmm.
might be here to do that, Doc, but I'm just here to fix the shit that you break.
I don't break it, the sea breaks it.
Mhm.
I designed this place, and they gave me my designs back, and man, that's why that you have to fix it all the time, Scoot. I'm really, really sorry about that.
Mm.
That's not on me, that's on the corpos.
Ain't you a corpo yourself, boss?
I'm just a scientist.
You're a scientist for a corporation, boss?
So you gotta get paid by someone, don't you, Scooter?
Suppose you're right, boss. I'm a corpo myself, I guess.
Yeah, we work for the same company, don't we?
Scooter just works for himself.
How
Scooter
you
just
do?
works for the money.
Well, I understand that, Scooter. How you feeling, man?
Oh, you know, boss. Um, under the sea.
I know
Where'd
you've
you
been.
say you're from again?
Oh,
Scooter.
I haven't gotten that far yet. You see, I was from a older planet. I'm from Earth. You may have heard of it.
Yeah.
I don't like to. Scooter, you see, doesn't like to talk too much about himself.
Hmm.
Scooter likes to listen to uh, rock and roll.
Does Scooter
He's a
also refer to himself in third person?
Depends on how I'm feeling at the time.
Cool.
he's a real big fan of Billy Idol. I found.
I have every single album of Billy Idol's from start to finish. I can name 3.
Let me put on one of those right now with my Siegs and Seas series tape deck. Which one do you want to listen to, Scooter?
Oh, I don't mind. You pick your favorite.
All right, well let's go with What Wedding then. And then we listen
That's
to
a
Billy
classic.
Idol. Well, it's probably like dead awkwardly silent while people are just grilling Scooter for no reason. And then it's just like, God, why are all of our lunches so awkwardly silent?
Yeah, it's probably been like this for the last couple weeks. The first couple weeks was nice, nice conversations, and then slowly it just kind of died out to this.
Scooter doesn't mind all that much.
I've got a proposition for everyone. If we go on another expedition and it turns out well, I've got a bottle, a nice whiskey. We'll all have that for dinner, or with dinner, or for dinner. I guess it'll be the same, right?
For dinner, with dinner, it's all the same, boss.
That's weird. Why would you care about whiskey?
Who doesn't care about whiskey?
Right? And I'm
Yeah.
gonna light up a cigarette.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to be drinking, or do I have to buy drinks? Like, I don't have any money, Mr. Baby. Or am I allowed to be drinking at this table because this is just like we're role playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. I
Okay.
mean, there's no law here unless someone is doing law. So.
Okay, because my character would definitely be drinking as much as possible.
All right, so do it.
I'm drinking now.
Miss Kiwi Shores, can I call you Kiwi?
Yeah, please. We've been in such close quarters for a good minute now. I would expect that you'd probably shorten it to Kiwi at some point. Please.
Do you care if other people drink? Do you partake?
I definitely partake. I'm really just asking out of curiosity for someone who might not particularly be able to taste things. But I don't know, you know.
What on earth do you mean there?
I take-
Miss
I don't know.
Scholes?
You know, really,
I
you
take-
should probably just. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just like really mad about these cubes because they taste so fucking awful. And you would think after like 3 months of being here, our doctor might be able to, I don't know, come up with something more tasteful out of all his research. Might be nice to like not be eating fucking gel cubes.
He just offered you whiskey.
She's got
Yeah,
a
but
point, though.
you can't eat whiskey.
How about some umami? Can you make
Do we
some
have that?
raw stock?
We have giant fish swimming around.
Sushi.
We-
Yeah. Why can't we eat anything that's on this planet?
On
What do you think, Doc?
silicone based, and you try to synthesize the meat, it just doesn't happen. It's like chewing on plastic.
Mm.
We could possibly spend a week devoting research into turning their meat edible with radiation and maybe some other things. Scooter actually might be able to help Nellie with that. Maybe pump oil into it and pump oil out of it. Might be able to make something happen. But that seems like a
Scooter
waste.
kind of like
That seems like a waste of our resources.
you said it yourself, Doc. I think it's best. And Scooter's like staring at the floor now. If some people remember that just to have 3 squares a day is something that you can call a blessing. So I think some people should shut their fucking goddamn mouth. And he's like shaking a little bit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
It's all right, Scooter.
Yeah,
I kn-
it's all good. We're all friends.
I'm sorry.
I know you haven't had much sleep lately, buddy.
Scooter been doing too much work on your goddamn pipes there, Doc. Sorry.
The only person who has to apologize is Bessie to Scooter because she ain't been treating you too well. And that's what we call these old pipes.
I was gonna say. Yes, I too call them Bessie.
That's Bessi.
Of course it is. You got it, boss.
For burying European structural situation integrity of Europeans. And that is the program that designed it. My
Boss,
voice changed to you.
You do
Is
realize
that
that
about
you my voice.
Tanny, or is that
No.
just, you know?
Well, Wayland Yutani obviously outsources their production to whoever can do it cheapest. Where were we?
Well, time is passing by, and
Yeah.
surely it's about time to get the fuck to work.
All right. Gentlemen, ladies, see you guys in a little while. And I'll dust off my coat. I would wear like a white doctor's coat a lot of times and leave. I hit the play button. Billy Idol's just like cranks up to 11 as I walk out.
Scooter's clearly never heard the song that you're playing.
I knew the whole time.
I think I'm gonna follow Dr. Isaac wherever he's headed at the moment.
Where are you headed, Isaac?
I am going to the science lab.
Excellent. What does this place look like?
It is. I'm thinking like Alien 2, like a real big open room, like clean, like a couple big tables, and then there are like jars and tanks on the walls of just like different types of like local like alien crustaceans. Like I think like since it's an ice planet, like a lot of like, you know, like armored bug looking things, like maybe some like, you know, maybe there's some like jellyfish that like, you know what I mean, like an armored looking jellyfish that like glows red, you know what I mean, because it looks like it has lava coming out of it or something like that. And And then they're like, maybe like a table with like a large, like, you know, like a 6 foot long, like it looks like a crocodile, you know what I mean? But the whole thing looks like a rock, and it's like been cracked open, and it's like I've got like notes and stuff all over the place, and it probably smells fucking bad in there too.
Yeah.
And I think maybe I hear her behind me, and I'm just like, here she comes again, and I just like, I'm fucking like, fuck it, I'm going to work. I got work to do. So I'm just like going stuff. I pick up like a small data pad, and I'm like taking notes, looking at stuff, checking on like little temperature gauges on like the tanks and stuff like that. Like, cause I probably have like 10 to 15 projects going on, and I just like constantly got to be keeping up on it. Can I help you, Kiwi?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little frustrated here. You know, I got sent here really without much information at all. Just feels like I'm twiddling my thumbs, and I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Like, you know, did they give you any special instructions, or they were just like, yeah, you know, come here and just do research?
They gave me certain sets of parameters I was supposed to follow in my research, yes. Most of it had to do with the size of types of animals I was supposed to allocate, but other than that, I think you would probably have more information than I did.
I don't know, man. They just really haven't been sharing anything with me, and I'm starting to get a little bit pissed off because I don't know how long we're gonna be here. And
Well, I was under the impression that this is a 6-month rotation, and we're just halfway through it. Why are you getting impatient now?
just because I haven't heard anything, man. Like nothing. I'm, you know, supposed to be here. Doing what? I don't fucking know. I don't know.
When was the last transmission?
3 months ago.
3 months. So you
Yeah.
haven't heard anything since we've landed?
Nope. Not a thing.
In the distance, you hear like Scooter fall from behind a door, and like he falls through and looks up and just kind of stands awkwardly and hunches in the door
Of the lab?
where you guys are.
Yeah. Come on in, Scooter.
No, I'm okay here. Did you say you haven't heard anything from the uppers?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Me neither.
Well, I don't know why you would hear anything.
Well, why would you hear anything then?
Because I work directly for them, ding dong.
Well, I suppose that does make a lick of sense.
It is strange that they
Man.
haven't contacted you. Have you been sending messages regularly?
I mean,
To them?
probably sometimes.
Are you sure they've been sent out? We still have contact with the stations above on the surface, right?
Yeah, well, let me just check that real quick. And how do I check things?
Yeah, in your office, you have a little communications computer that is hard-lined into the surface. Usually communication goes to them, and then they direct a signal from the surface wherever you need to. The guy who actually maintains the surface station, which is very small compared to what you guys have, his name is Jeffrey. Just kind of a freelancer, survivalist who's has been staying there. Doesn't really talk that much, but you can open up a channel to him if you want, or send him a message via the computer, however you want.
Okay, so we send something to him, and then he sends it out, and that's how we are in contact with
Correct.
The surface.
Wayland. Do we know who? Like, is there someone that my character would be in touch with, like someone who's giving directives, or?
Yes, your direct supervisor. Her name is Tiffany.
And does she have any purpose? Like, is she in charge specifically of like human planet interactions, or?
She's in charge of R&D for Wayland.
Okay.
Oh.
Tiffany.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd like Kiwi Shores to go check if she's got any new incoming messages, and maybe send something out to Jeffrey to send to Wayland, Yutani, Tiffany to get the scoop.
All right. What message are you sending? And are you doing audio or just written?
I think probably just written. You know, something like Tiffany, Kiwi Shores again, just wanting to have a clear understanding of my purpose hanging out with these assholes.
Excellent.
Now, are we to understand that you've been sending these messages pretty regularly?
Yeah, I think I've been trying to be in constant contact with them.
Love that email service.
Because I'm not too psyched to be here, so I'm just really trying to kind of always figure out what's going on. I don't know, to make time pass faster or something like that.
Excellent. So the moment you send it, you can kind of hear the whirring sounds of the hardware in your computer, and then your screen fills up with this kind of 8-bit column of brickwork. It looks reminiscent of old video games that Earth used to have a way long time ago. And there is just a little indication that you can move forward by a little click of the forward button on your keyboard.
Great. I'm going to go ahead and click that forward button on my keyboard.
Excellent. You saw Jeffrey one time. He doesn't really go out much. Very pale individual with a long beard, long hair. Unkept. He doesn't seem professional in any way, but I'm sure Wayland did the best they could with having someone on the surface to secure that area. But you see him in his 8-bit glory, laid out on the floor of this 8-bit dungeon, with a hallway going to his left and a hallway going to his right, and right above him is kind of the title of said adventure, which is Will You Play With Me?
So above him, I see Will You Play With Me?
Mm-hmm.
In 8-bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of it's this like very old 8-bit looking thing. Not even in color.
This is weird.
It's only like green.
What's happening?
So is this like a game?
Yeah,
Or
it
this
looks
is
like
just-
a game, but kind of like personalized.
Okay.
It might be like he has way too much free time up there. But
Got
who
it.
knows?
Okay. All right, I'm gonna wait. Oh, first question, is my office, so I'm doing this in my office. Is my office close to the doctor's?
It's probably
Lab?
right down the hallway.
Okay.
And it's your own
So are
personal
they
office.
Are they near me, or are
That
they
is
still
up to you. You do have a door that you can just slide close if you so wish. But it is up to you.
I think I'll keep the door open. As long as they're like in the lab and not at my door.
Yeah. Peering in like some college graduates.
Well, I'm gonna be like really confused, kind of hitting all the arrows on my keyboard, not really understanding this message of "Will you play with me?"
Excellent. Let's say one of the first things you press is left, which takes your character slowly but surely down the left hallway. You kind of hear like this horrible 8-bit music. It's kind of like a doot, 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 doot. As you go down, and before you is this lovely buffet of meat.
Okay. Well, I am somewhat good at electronics and spent some time on finding ways in which to play really old games. So I'm gonna assume that on this keyboard it's gonna be set up similarly so that the keys are A, W, S, D.
Mm-hmm.
And so, or I don't know. Well, I guess I don't know what. I'm gonna assume I'm gonna press a key in which I know might act like an A or a B or X, Y, or some confirmation clicking button.
Exactly that. So you do it. It looks like your character is grabbing some of this meat and eating it. The more you eat it, the more you realize that as you're looking at this thing, that it looks very much like the table in the R&R dome. You can kind of see the fridge just past this pile of meat that you have consumed. The grate's just underneath it.
Well, I'm feeling a little weirded out because seems odd to me that I'd be getting a message from Jeffrey the survivalist, who has only been living on the surface, might be making a game with intimate knowledge of our living quarters.
Yeah, let's give you a stress. I feel like that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Add one stress to your pool.
Ooh, first stress of the game.
Are you
okay.
stressed? Yes.
I am.
So yeah, I'm feeling like weird about this, but I guess I'm gonna keep following along. I'm not gonna call anybody or anything, and I'll I guess go forward maybe towards the fridge.
Excellent. You move towards the fridge. Right as you approaches, it opens up, and you see just beyond it, there's a little hallway in the fridge that looks very familiar. On the left, you see the doctor's door to his facility, and then you see your own, the door opened, just like yours is.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go to my door.
Are you looking down the hallway?
Wait, well, yeah, I'm moving this weird message
cool.
character down to my door.
Perfect.
In the game. No, I don't want to die. Do I die? I don't want to die.
Fine.
It's a computer. You're in a computer.
Nothing's real. Just if you die in the real, or the game, you die in the real world. Fine.
Wait, is that true?
All right.
We don't.
How meta is this?
Stop right there.
Looking through this doorway, you see a kind of an 8-bit version of yourself on the computer.
All right, I'm feeling pretty fucking freaked out right now. So I'm gonna take out my signature item, which is a pen that I got from after 5 years of service with Wayland Yutani.
They gave
It's
you a pen, just one.
I'm
pen.
sorry, they would definitely,
Yeah.
fucking give you a pen.
Thank
like,
you
that's
for your
what it-
5 years. We couldn't afford a boost to your salary, but take
that
this.
is just the kind of company this fucking company is. You know, it is a very fancy pen. It's long and like silvery, very smooth, with nothing on the surface that would indicate it's a pen. But probably about midway in this shape, you can pull it apart so that half is the cap and half is the you know, the writing part. And of course, when they gave it to me, it had no ink in it.
Yeah, you had
Um,
your own ink.
So I've never, you know, it's just always been as I received it. But I like to kind of, with my thumb, pop the cap off and, you know,
Why don't you
put it back on.
Go ahead and give me an observation roll. So that is your wits plus observation, and then of course your stress dice off to the side. Roll those as well.
Okay, what are those? Oh, wait.
All d6s for this.
Okay.
The first roll.
Okay, so I need 3 d6s.
I believe so. Yeah, whatever your attribute, your wits and your observation are, and then one other one that will be separate from the others, which will be your stress die.
Okay. So I need to roll them.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and you're looking for 6s or successes. And a 1 on your stress die means something bad, so just let me know if that ever happens.
Okay, I guess I'll do my stress die first. It's a 6.
Ooh, that's a success.
Do you need me to show?
No, you're fine.
Okay. And then you wanted my wits?
Mm-hmm. Wits and observation.
Okay. So wits is... Oh, that's the wrong dice. Why did I do that? Sorry. 3. And observation is a 5.
All right, so you got 1 success, which is really all you need for most things in this game.
So I'm just gonna ask another question. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Ask as many questions as you want.
So on those rolls, the wits and observation, am I adding?
No. So this is a success-based system. For people watching too, if you aren't familiar with Free League or Alien TTRPG, they always use a pool system. So usually take your attribute, that many d6s, and you take your skills, that many d6s, you roll them all together, and you're looking for the 6. The 6 is a success, and you count how many successes you have. Usually 1 is all you need to succeed on everything. The only time another number counts is if it is a 1 on your stress dice, because that means you're flipping the fuck out. So yeah, it's good times. Good times. But yeah, you got just enough. As you're kind of clicking your pen, trying to calm down. There is a groan to the grating just outside your office, as if a weight has been pressed upon it, slightly shifting and grating, and then it's kind of no more. It's kind of one of those sounds that kind of drift on the peripheral of your ear, kind of tantalizing and making you wonder, was it real or was it just your nerves? Who's to say?
It's real.
It's my nerves now. Sorry.
Well, is my office chair a rolly chair?
I will leave that up to you. It is, Waylon gave you like a little catalog of different chairs to have as part of your signing bonus. They couldn't afford an actual signing bonus, so if you wanted to, you could have wheels on that bitch.
Cool. Okay, I am
Related
gonna
to-
have a... What?
I have a question related to that, kind of.
Mhm.
Is our station underwater, like, fixed, or are we floating?
It is fixed but floating. So it's not attached to the bottom. You're not at the bottom of the ocean. You guys haven't figured out where how deep it goes.
Okay.
But you're at a point within the in the twilight zone where there is no light coming down at all.
Scooter knows where the
Just
bottom
imagine
is.
her rolly chair rolling back and forth. with me.
It's at the deepest point of the ocean. That's where the bottom is.
Oh.
And
Scooter
All right.
eyes.
So I'm gonna slowly get up from my chair, and as I get up, I'm gonna kind of like push it back fast with the back of my knees, so that it like rolls pretty hard behind me.
Is that a knee chair?
No, it's just I'm like when you get up from a chair
Yeah.
and you push it back with your knees.
I just did it. I just did it.
Yeah.
Are you trying to
yeah,
roll
yeah,
it
yeah.
into the
Yeah.
hallway or just kind of?
Yeah, I'm trying to aim. I'm aiming for my doorway. You know, I don't have perfect aim, so it's possible that it could go askew,
No,
but
it's good. It's good. You see it fly forward, and it stops in the hallway suddenly. And you guys like down the hallway, because this place echoes. It echoes horrifically. So everyone hears like this justling of plastic and rolling and something quick and a crash down the hallway in this chair, which has stopped its pace. And you're looking at this Kiwi as it looks like something slowly just kind of puts it off to the side and sets it down.
okay. I'm going to fucking scream.
All right, everyone get a stress.
Oh, right.
And thanks, Nellie.
Wherever you are, you hear a scream through the hallways, echoing through. Yeah. What is
I
that?
think
what is that?
over the sweet, sweet sounds of ABBA, I definitely hear it, and I'm like, fuck, and like I'm the
ABBA now?
doctor. Oh well, I gotta switch.
Yeah.
That was one song before. I'm not playing the same song, and I would run out of my lab, and I would grab my I have a doctor's bag that's always on a hook by the front door, and like I would basically like my shoulder bag with all my shit in it. I'd grab that and just like run, because it's like if someone's screaming. Like Scooter gets hurt or someone gets hit by something like a crate fell over and broke someone's leg or something, like that's my job to fix. So I'm bolting.
Scooter is still in the dining room. He's just been kind of like sitting there. Maybe
After you fell through the ceiling?
Oh, yeah, so that's where he is. So I guess he
You're
after
around.
He
kind
falls
of
through the ceiling in Kiwi's office.
awkwardly
Again.
awkwardly hovering next to the doctor, who he has some kind of kind of creepy affection for. He kind of like stands up and like shrugs his shoulder and rolls his eyes and like kind of walks towards before grabbing his tool bag as well with his cutting torch and his other stuff, and says, "This fucking woman," and walks with the doctor.
No, I'm running and I'm like, "Are you okay?" Because it's like I imagine I know what direction it came from.
Yeah, it's just
and
down
it's
the
like
hall.
and it's just like Gibbs and B are usually like in different wings, you know what I mean? And just like I know her office is around the corner. She screams, so I'm bolting like Kiwi.
Yeah, you see that chair just kind of off to the side. But Gibbs, what are you up to? What have you been up to?
Yeah, so after dinner, I also realized I didn't describe my character at all. He's late 40s, older. I'll make it quick. Late 40s, early 50s, like an old Luke Evans bard from The Hobbit. Strong build, 6-something, like 6'1", 6'2". And since dinner, he was like, well, back to work, kind of walking around the hallways. He has a checklist, making sure making sure all the doors open and close, make sure all the cameras work, make sure all the comms work, make sure that Scooter fixed what he said he fixed.
I fixed it.
Safety is his priority, and yeah, as soon as he heard the scream, he dropped his clipboard and ran towards, pulled out his magnum, took the safety off, and ran towards the scream.
Yeah, oh my.
Hot damn, it's getting
Wow.
sexy.
Oh, Gibbs.
All right, sweet. And how about you, Bambi?
So I imagine I never left the room. Like, I probably was just at the table, just like finishing my drink, like, maybe I'll go do stuff, but I might not, because I don't want to. And then I hear the scream, and I'm probably like, what's that? And then I will investigate. Not so much like, oh my god, I hope everyone is okay, but like, why is someone screaming?
You're like, fuck. Okay.
All right, here we go. What's this about? So I will definitely go investigate, but I'll probably, not before finishing my drink.
All right, so Gibbs, as you're running down the hallway, there's not many windows in this whole place, but down the from the R&R down over to the science dome, there is several little window panels, which you can kind of see the outside world. You have a bunch of lights that kind of shoot out into the darkness. Something catches your eye. It's this almost like cloud, like dark substance, almost like a wall outside of the window. It's hard to gauge the distance between the window and this weird phenomenon, but nonetheless, it's there and it's new.
So as I'm, going through the hallways and I catch this, I'm gonna pause for a moment, try to make sense of what I'm looking at. And I can't really because of, the environment we're in and what it is. It's just dark and can't really understand what I'm looking at. And then I'm gonna continue towards the screen.
All right.
I kind of figure.
Go ahead.
Oh, never mind.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I kind of figure like Gibbs and I are coming from the same general
Yeah.
area, so I might like walk past him, like staring at this stuff, and just be like, "What's that? That's weird."
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys can both roll
And then
observation
just like, let's go.
if you want.
Also,
it'll
Okay.
be at a -1 just because in the what -1s and modifiers do is they just subtract dice. So you will roll one less dice than normal, but always roll that stress dice. That will never change. I can't touch stress dice.
I just saw that Lost James also said he thinks Bambi cleared her stress.
That actually is a thing. Like in my emails, like if I can buy stuff, I want to have beer on me, and like if I drink a beer, I do get -1 stress, but I don't like. I just don't know how I'm supposed to be if I keep track
It's
of that.
-1 stress
Oh,
and
we got a
-1
rules
wits.
lawyer in here.
-1 stress and -1 to my wits, though.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So
I didn't do shit.
Every ship needs
you
an
can-
alcoholic.
Yeah, you can de-stress post the kind of the scene.
Like, don't worry about it now.
Yeah. This kind of happened at the end of your drinking. Not really. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure if I could just be like drinking at dinner,
I mean, you could
but
always
it not be like
drinking at
my
dinner.
beer.
Yeah.
Okay, so cool. So we do observation roll -1,
Mhm.
including
So-
stress.
So this is still a D6.
Yep. Always D6. Always.
And so just a quick reminder. So like that, it's the attribute for that skill
Is
like
wits.
that
Yeah.
number of dice, and then your skill that number of dice as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
I rolled a 6. I rolled 1 6.
Perfect. And how about you, Gibbs?
I rolled a 2 plus a 1 minus a 1. So just
Okay.
you.
Yeah,
Right?
that's not enough. You're just looking for a 6 on the dice.
Okay.
So only Bambi, you.
Oh, I got a 6 for stress.
Oh, that works. That's a success.
Next
So you guys both come to this conclusion as you're kind of looking out over it. But this seems like a brine pool. It's kind of the same phenomenon found on Earth. That being the water is so salient that there's almost a a difference between the water around and the water within. So it's like an underwater lake. And it very much looks like that, though it's kind of weird to see it kind of like a wall instead of just kind of on the ground. But nonetheless, that's what you know.
So we kind of already knew about that as part of the environment.
Yeah, you kind of like maybe you read it in like a journal before you got here.
The brochure.
Yeah, yeah. You at least did some ocean research before going down into the depths of an unknown planet. You were like, hey.
You might know a thing or two.
You might know a little bit.
Cool.
Excellent. So as you guys all charge forward, you guys all kind of encounter each other, and you see Kiwi in this chair kind of tilted off to its side.
Can I run up to Kiwi and be like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I should have talked to you guys earlier. But check out this game, and I'm trying to show people what's on my screen.
Yeah, so you're like showing people this lovely screen that you have. When you turn to it, you notice that the computer is off.
Fuck, I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's like a great game.
Can I roll? Can I roll like a medical on Kiwi to like see if she's like panicking or just like flipping out from like a medical thing, or like can I roll like something on the computer to see if like maybe she's not being weird, maybe the computer's weird.
What you want to do first?
Which
is your priority?
I'm gonna see what's up with her.
All right, go ahead and roll medical.
Alright, cool. Got some juice for this dog. See what I got. Wow. No success. No stress either.
Oh, that's good.
No stress, no success.
Yeah, I mean, probably just stress. Like, who knows? She's a boss. She might just be like, "You have been here a couple months."
I also feel like I have a hard time getting a feel, like getting a peg on her, because it's like I imagine it's like at some point we've all done like maybe like psych tests a little bit since we're like in a fucking metal tube 2 miles under the ground. But like I think because Kiwi's so like doesn't like me, that's like she's probably just been like, nah, we'll do it next week. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know her maybe as well as I know everyone else too.
Yeah.
You know? So can I do contact now on the computer? Is that what I would do on the computer?
Probably calm.
Okay.
Calm tech.
Okay, cool.
So what are you doing with the computer? And I mean, really, Kiwi, are you letting this doctor play with you?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, so I'll
feel
just
like,
look at it then.
Like
yeah.
my computer. Yeah, don't touch my shit.
It's running Windows 20. Let it.
Scooter wants to kind of look around and see if there's anything that kind of strikes him, and maybe he asks like, Miss Scholes, was there anyone that maybe came into your room before you maybe you let somebody in your room, like a small mouse or a hacker man?
Look, before you guys get too fucking freaked out by me being freaked out, I swear on my computer there was a game. I got a message from Jeffrey, the fucking weirdo survivalist, and he made this game, and I played it, and it was an exact replica of our living situation down here. And when I got to my room, it showed me in here. So there's gotta be cameras or I don't know,
Miss
another
Scholes,
person down here that we don't know.
Let me tell you, I do understand all of that, but why did you knee kick your chair in such a way?
Because I heard something, and the fact that on my screen, I saw the back of my head. Means there's somebody else here, or we're being observed, or I don't know. But
Yeah, so
that's what
Scooter
happened.
wants to, like he just goes to where the back of your head would have been, and like starts to look around that area, like from the perspective
Fucking
of the back of your
Scooter, it
head.
wouldn't be at the back of my head. It would be in the hall.
No, he's like looking like for a camera. If the camera was showing the back of your head, you know what I mean? He's looking
Yeah.
against the wall behind where you were sitting. Scooter might be dumb, but he ain't stupid.
You don't find anything. I
Well,
mean,
there's
you've
nothing
been through,
here.
you've been through all the pipes. There's really not much electronics except for the necessities.
I would think putting cameras in the ship and watching us and that kind of shady shit would be something a corpo would do. Maybe someone who works for Wayland Yutani. So I feel like if any of us know if there's cameras here, it'd probably be you.
Well,
God
Meaghan.
damn.
Who's
Her name's
Meaghan?
not Meaghan.
Can't even
Her
get our
name is
names
Bambi.
right. You don't give a
Excuse
shit
me.
about any of us.
Kiwi about to
Bambi.
hunt Megan down.
Kiwi's gonna die trying.
Well, Bambi, they didn't tell me about any of that, so
I go by B.
you know, I'm in the dark
It
here.
appears, Miss Shaw, that they didn't tell you about much tall.
Yeah, they
Ain't
really
that right,
didn't.
Doc, boss? Ain't that right, boss?
No, this is not right. Wait, this isn't right. When you screamed, was it when you were just looking at the computer, or what made you scream?
There was a game.
No,
on my
I
computer.
understand the game, but like at the
We got
end,
that.
like what happened is like you stood up.
I
and-
heard a sound. There was a sound in my doorway, and that, along with this really weird experience, I felt like I needed other people here, or else I don't know. My hair stood up on the back of my head.
It's all right, Kiwi. I feel you. I understand you're shaken up, but I just checked all the security cams, and there's not a single camera facing into your room, and this is definitely worrisome. Like,
Maybe you just can't handle being underwater.
sober.
Getting a little crazy.
Can I roll an observation check on the chair? Like now that she's like pointed, I feel like now that she's like pointed it out, like obviously something happened to her. I haven't seen her shaken up before, and I've never heard her scream. So, and the fact that she said someone's here, like that means they could be like after my research. So now I'm taking this very, very, very seriously. So I'd like to like roll observation, just like on the chair or like the general room, or yeah.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll.
Got 'em.
While he's doing that, I'm kind of feeling pretty fucking stressed out by everybody being around here at once. So I'm clicking my pen pretty furiously.
I got one.
Observation.
I got one success.
Kiwi, you can reduce your stress by 1.
Cool.
You got 1 success on your observation.
Yeah.
Excellent. You notice in the back of the chair that there is a little clear nail kind of sunken into the chair itself.
What?
A nail.
I'm gonna like reach into my bag and like pull out some tweezers and like pull the nail out so I don't damage it, and be like, I'm gonna assume it didn't come from any of you. We must find out what this is. Is there anything I could roll to figure that out, or?
You could go back to your lab and run like an analysis.
Yeah, but that'd take a while. So it's like I can figure this out, but it'll take time.
Or could we see where the signal is going to?
The computer signal?
Yeah, from the supposed.
Yeah, actually, I kind of want to see. I think I'd like to mess around on my computer and see if it can turn back on again, or if it's just like completely dead.
Yeah, you turn it on, it does like do 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 do. And you hear kind of this this gruntle rustling from the speakers. This is Jeffrey. Over.
What?
This is Jeffrey.
Oh, Jeffrey, my man.
Over.
How are you? My good friend. It's been a while, Jeffrey.
Okay. Scooter, you're not what's the word? Allowed to talk on the. Where's your manager? Over.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. I'm sorry.
I think maybe I guess at this point, if it's possible for me to make my excuses and maybe, you know, like, I don't know, you guys should just go check out this weird claw with Dr. Penrose. And
I don't think
we'll see
we're
if I
going
can't.
anywhere, Miss Shores. I'll
Can't-
stand right next to you.
Now hold on just a moment. Yeah, we have to figure this out.
You can't
Yeah, no, I'm
just
definitely
scream
gonna-
and holler and then
I'm gonna take
send us
control
on
of
our
this situation.
way. Oh, yes, ma'am.
Has anyone looked in the corner where Nellie said she saw? I mean,
Yeah,
Shore
I
said
did.
she saw anyone?
Yeah, I just like tore over, and
Looked at
I
everything.
have a nail. I've got a fingernail, like in a little evidence bag.
Yeah.
basically.
So are you guys following
Like,
the
do we-
command of your corporate manager telling you to get the fuck out of her office?
What you gonna do? Fire us?
No,
I'm
we
gonna
should-
roll
no.
that shit if
No.
you don't leave. And
Scooter-
make you.
Scooter is not. Scooter doesn't listen unless Mr. Gibbs tells him to get out, or maybe even Mr. Penrose. Doctor boss.
Gibbs is gonna kind of fold his arms, stand his ground, make himself kind of big, and say, "Scooter, get on, do your job. See."
All right, boss.
You get the ship?
But,
Come on, Scooter.
If
I
one
got
of
a
y'all
thing there
dies
for you.
from sea salt water, then it ain't my problem. That's all I got to say about that.
Nice one, Scooter.
Thank you very much, boss. I'll be outside if you need me, boss.
Here,
Just
take.
right
Let's
up.
smoke a cigarette. I'm gonna go
Yes,
take.
sir, boss.
B, do you leave with them?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna stand my ground, watch everyone leave, and turn to Kiwi, say, the functionality and safety of this ship is my prime directive, and I also work for the company, and I will sit in on this conversation if you don't mind.
What? Wait, you're the marshal, right?
I'm the marshal.
Yeah.
Marshal.
I like to call sheriff.
I'd
a
like
crap
to.
dog.
I'd like to hear what Jeffrey has to say.
Oh, my good friend.
We haven't had word in a while.
Good question, Kiwi. Do you want
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Are you closing the door with you two inside?
That just seems like a terrible idea.
Splitting
the party already, y'all.
We have to split the party, dude.
No, we
Someone
don't.
has to die so this can start. We all know it's gonna happen. I'll nominate myself, but it doesn't work like that. So.
All right, well, the three of us are outside, and the two of you are inside.
Oh man, I'm conflicted. I think my character is thinking like, no one on the crew likes me. But
I like you.
at least the marshal is impartial
And has a gun.
and has a gun.
So, and a cool Goosebumps shirt. So, I mean.
But they are all employed by
Mhm.
Wayland Yutani, and
You're the
I am
boss now,
technically the person running the show down here. All right, yeah, I'll just let her stay.
Excellent.
I mean him. Sorry. Okay, Ian. All right, that sounds like a good idea. So yeah, I'll close the door behind just the two of us in the room.
All right. What do
The
you
two
say?
of us and Jeffrey.
And Jeffrey. What do you say to Jeffrey?
Jeffrey, what the fuck was that, dude? What the hell was that game? I'm not down here to play games. I don't want to play with you. So what the fuck was that?
Make sure to say over. Over.
Over.
Thank you very much. Over. What game? Over.
Your stupid 8-bit retro computer game, Jeffrey. Over.
All right. I like retro games, but I am not a dinosaur. Over.
I don't care what you are or what you aren't, Jeffrey. What I care about is that 10 minutes ago, I was looking at my computer and playing some stupid game after I sent you a message to try to get to the outside, and you sent me this bullshit back. Over.
There was no game. Over. I have no idea what you're talking about. Over.
I don't know. Can you look at what you sent me last? Over.
I am looking at my sent messages. Kiwi, and I do not see anything. Over. I have several drafts of letters I'd like to send to you. Over. But for professionality and to keep our relationship in a nice neutral area, I have not sent them. Over.
That's so many overs. You say over at the end.
Who's that? Who's that? Scooter?
Scooter, get out of the thing!
Ghost. It's just a spooky ghost.
It's
So
like,
many
it's like when the
overs.
kid picks up the phone on the other part of the house.
The landline.
Yeah.
Boomers, you don't know what a landline is?
What the hell?
Okay, Jeffrey. I don't know what's going on, but there's something weird going on. And if you didn't send that message, then I don't know who did. Is there any way for you to figure out if there's another way messages could get to my computer? Over. From the outside? Over.
Well, Kiwi, the reason why I called you is we have a couple of storms coming in. Furthermore, the colonists are supposed to be here in about a week. I can see their trajectory. They gave me their flight plan earlier this morning, so they're not that far. The company does want to ensure that the R&R dome is up to par. It is good. I don't know. Did I communicate all the information I was supposed to? Over.
I haven't really been getting many messages from you from the outside in the past 3 months. So am I supposed to be doing something to help with the R&R dome? Over.
Yes. I think some activities planned for the high-profile investors would be great. That's all I can think of. Over. I'm not in charge of hospitality.
Over.
Okay. Jeffrey, one last thing before I excuse our good Marshal Gibson.
Is Gibson there? Hey,
yeah.
Gibson.
Hey, Jeffrey. How's it going?
It's good, Gibson. Yeah, over.
You look good. Over.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I've been working
Okay.
out.
I'm gonna just let's.
Okay. Yep.
No. Over.
If Jefferson
Gibson whips out his
tell him I said
magnum.
hello.
Jeffrey, is there anything pertaining to the safety of this ship that is pertinent that Gibson might need to know? Over.
Yeah, that storm hopefully should be cleared out within the next few days. It's kind of rough here. I haven't really been able to. I've been trying to contact you all morning, but I've been unable to. The elevators, at least one of them, is not working, so you only have one way up, one way down. I'm going to be working on that for the rest of the night. Over, I guess.
Okay, well, thank you, Marshall Gibson. I think that is all that you need to hear. If you would please leave my office, please. And thank you.
Oh, me?
Yes, please.
So the other Gibbs.
I was just concerned for your safety. Don't mind me. These are your quarters. Good day. And he exits.
When you walk out, Scooter says, "Did you say hello to him for me?" Jeffrey, did you say hello to Jeffrey? Tell him that I have his sunglasses from the last time.
All right.
did.
I will let Jeffrey know. I did not
Okay.
tell him this time, but
You can tell Miss Shores to tell him that I have his sunglasses.
Yeah, my door is shut.
certainly I will send the message along. Scooter,
Okay.
could you check on the turbine wheel?
If you're asking me, with all due respect, so you see there is a flying chair, you see, and I do not want to go anywhere myself because Miss Shaw's threw a chair out the room, and personally, I'm a little perturbed.
I understand that she would like some privacy, I believe, right now. And it wasn't flying, it was more of like rolling really fast. So I think, the physics of the situation is quite normal. And, you can probably, go off duty, maybe take a nap, or I have some I have some whiskey you might like.
I would like both the whiskey and perhaps the use of your gun. Just for self-preservation, you understand.
I don't understand, but we can talk about it. And he's gonna kind of like gently like put his arm around him and start walking him down the hallway. Back.
Can it be like
Scooter tries to like massage you a little bit.
Oh God, that coworker.
Can it be like Bambi was standing outside the whole time and she's just like loving that Kiwi is freaking out, and it's just like, so Kiwi's not doing good, huh? She's freaking out. She's not having fun anymore on her little ship.
Pete, would you like some of my whiskey as well?
I would love it,
I think everyone needs to relax a little bit.
I think this is time to celebrate.
And I'm gonna poke my head out of my my lab and be like, why are you guys still bothering her? I'm about to do some science.
Wow. Cool.
And I'm like, I was in there for a little bit and like popped my head back out because I was so up my own ass. I thought you guys were following me, and then it's just like 3 minutes into it, I'm like, wait, no one's here to watch me be great. I've got to go get him.
Maybe I walk them to the doctor. Like, let's go see what the doctor's doing as I like let them take swigs from my flask.
Here you go, children. Come on. Come on.
No carrot.
All right, Kiwi, do you have anything else to say to Jeffries?
Yeah. So I think once the marshal leaves, like Jeffrey, it's just you and me now. Like, you really did not send me some stupid 8-bit game at all over?
Yeah, the cables for the elevator, some of them have snapped and bent. I think just because of the storm, a lot of the readouts are a little crazy up here. It's going to take me at least probably, let's give it 18 hours for me to fix. It's really like going down there and welding some stuff, but it shouldn't take me that long. Over.
Would it help to have some assistance? Should I send Scooter up to you? Over.
There's like some crackling. And then kind of, if you can imagine, almost like thinking about how Jeffrey looks, like drool coming from his lips, and he's like, "I'm coming down," and then it just goes, and then the signal's gone.
Wait, you said drool was coming from
Yeah, you can kind
Jeffrey's
of like
lips?
that kind of the
That
way
sound.
people that sound is what you hear, and then it's just
Also, what's up, Fernando? I see a friend Fernando on Twitch. I just want to say hey. Sorry.
No, that's the ABBA track I'm listening to right now, dude.
Fernando.
Literally, you guys
That's funny. That's funny.
You guys come into the lab, and it's just like, oh Fernando, and then it's just like,
There was something in the air that night. That's
guys,
scary.
come on. Guys, come
The
on.
stars were bright. And there's like something terrible going on, like in the
Yeah, I'm fucking like
ocean.
dancing around, like, guys, ooh, something's about to happen.
Oh man, I just imagine like a really cool alien scene just with the Fernando song from ABBA like playing. That's actually terrifying.
Makes it better.
I
I
find
wish
a
you
rolly
could play
chair
it
and
without
do that.
getting. Sorry.
No worries. I find a rolly chair in the lab and just sit Scooter down. I'm like, take a load off, buddy. You've had a long day.
Well, where's Miss Shoals to tell us more
Nah,
about
sit
her,
down,
her
Scooter.
ghost
Scooter,
chair?
listen to the marshal. You know,
I do, boss.
he
You know
is
I
the
do.
law. You
I'm
gotta
gonna
do what he
grab-
says.
I
I want
respect
to grab
the law,
Scooter and
you
start
know
wheeling
it.
him around around the lab, like real fast, like jumping on it and pushing him down. Like, come on, Scooter, it's fine.
Scoot.
Relax a little, Scooter.
Well,
She's fine.
they're rolling around in the background, and I asked the doc like what he found with the pin thing.
Well, I don't know yet. I put it in the computer. The scanner's doing its thing. That's why I put on ABBA, and now we just have to wait. So we just gotta wait a little bit. And you know what? I said the whiskey comes after the discovery, but fuck it. I'm a like pour like a little like a little sippy for everyone because we're just doing like a. I'm
We
just
come
like
over and
I'm grooving real hard with the music. That's basically what's going
I'd like
on.
to note that I have not had a drop of alcohol, or I'm
That's-
sorry, Gibbs has not had a drop.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Both Scooter and his host have had plentiful alcohol.
Is that me?
His
Am I the
is
host?
me. I'm the host.
Oh,
Fernando.
We'll be the host. Mm.
like sus, Scooter.
Yeah. So I mean, is Kiwi out here? Has Kiwi shared what's going on with?
No, she's doing her thing, and like I
Bitch.
think the way it was is like she was like leave us, and I'm like I have something to figure out. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm juicing. I put on sweet tunes, and I was like, come on guys, leave her alone. She said leave her alone, leave her alone.
Yeah. So this kind of register occurs on your instrument there, Dr. Isaac. The readout of the chemical composition of the object you put to be scanned.
And what does it say? I'm gonna slide over, put my eye right up to it.
Yeah. So it has a stomach. Slight and small. It kind of resembles genetically a Earth-like coral, with kind of an exoskeleton of pores, with a stomach and the edges of the nail. And none of this can kind of be seen with the eye, but using a microscope as well as the help of the scientific equipment, they're kind of like little fingers. Kind of moving out from the tip of this fingernail.
Still alive, still moving.
Where is this?
In my like I took the fingernail from the chair and I put it basically like.
And there are fingernails inside of the fingernail?
It's kind of like little tendrils that
It's moving still.
Yeah.
Flagella.
So this is still alive.
What'd you call me?
So this is like like this fingernail, this nail that I found in this chair is still alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is one of the most fantastic things I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like this. It looked like a seashell chip, but it's alive. Like And like a fingernail is like a dead tissue when you clip it, and just like hair. But this looks just like a fingernail, but it's an active creature. I don't understand. I've never seen anything like this. And he's like blown away. You probably like never heard him talk like this before. And he's like, what is this doing in her chair in our lab instead of on my table? Where's Kiwi?
I'm trying to figure out why we've lost contact.
Yeah. No, but I think I'm kind of like saying this to everyone where it was like kind of like mid cool ABBA party moment. And then it's like, I think when I started, like, I think when I put my eyes to it and I saw that activity, I think all of a sudden it was just like, I've got this fucking big ass tape recorder in my fucking shirt pocket. And I'm just like, pause. And I say all that shit and I'm like, where's Kiwi? You know what I mean? Like,
Can we like message her on comms?
Well, just right down the hall. We can just go look at her office.
They skimped on comms in this place.
Scooter wants to walk up, and Doc, I think you've experienced this before, and you get to decide whether or not you've let it happen in the past. But every time, one of the reasons that Scooter likes you and like respects you the way he does, where he doesn't respect other people, is because of your microscope and because of your like ability to look at things. And Scooter really wants to look at it. And he comes up to you. He's so fucking tall, so he like touches you on on the shoulder. And he tries to make himself small,
he'd be like, Scooter, come. And he's like, but slow down. And he'll like have his hand on your shoulder to kind of like guide your big ass man-child body down.
And there's a cat.
Of course there's a cat, dude.
Cat butthole.
Ripley.
Cat puddle. So like Scooter will like look through and like also like he might like reach for the Doc's pliers and like kind of like with two pieces of pliers kind of like pull on the thing.
I imagine like as soon as like if you start moving your hands around, I'm gonna try and like just kind of like stop. Nope.
Stop
We
playing
talked
with
about
it.
this. We talked about this. You don't touch the microscope. You just use your eyes. I use my hands. You use your eyes. Just Scooter. And I'll like
boss,
push you back.
Boss, you know that my best feature is my hands.
I know, but just use your eyes, boy. Your
Why do you got to make fun of my accent, boss? I know that I'm not
sorry.
college educated like yourself, but it's not a fine thing for you to make fun of a poor man.
It's actually a friendly defense mechanism that I accidentally do. It's just, when you talk to people and they have an accent, you pick it up on that.
That seems like a weakness that I do not admire in you, boss.
Well, that is okay.
That's all right. Let's
I'm not even your boss,
to look at this. That's okay, boss. Let's continue to look at this thing while we wait for Miss.
But don't smash it. If you hit your face on this microscope costs $2 million.
Boss,
So
I
just
saw a
don't
thing
break
smaller than this in my sleep. I can handle touching a strange fingernail.
Well, I'm sure you can. No, don't touch it, for God's sakes. Don't you. And I'll cuss. I don't cuss it. I was like, don't fucking touch it, dude. I don't cuss at. I don't ever cuss at Scooter. You know what I mean? Like, I've never cussed at you. And I'm like, don't fucking touch a Scooter. I was like, whatever you do, I've never seen this. I don't know what it is. Don't touch it.
It's a fingernail with a stomach, so presumably it poops.
Do you.
Everything
All I'm
poop.
thinking about is like single cell organisms, like
fingernail.
on a slide. Like that's basically because it's like that's what we're looking at. I was like, obviously we have this big chunk, but I'm thinking about it on like yeah, just like that. How goes fingers, like the mitochondria. And I keep smacking your giant sausage fingers. I imagine your fingers like that big.
No, his fingers are
hand-
not sausagey. They're just long and spindly.
Well, you're
He's-
like 6
he's a
feet
big-
tall, right?
Yeah, he's a big, skinny, tall guy.
I know tall guys, dude. Their hands are like basketballs.
All right, well, we've
sidetracked hard.
yes. I
So
wonder
yeah, what
it
about
comes back.
Kiwi? That's what we're.
Well, she's still in her room, right?
Yeah. I'll let
Yes.
B,
Let's go
could
see
you go-
Ms.
No,
Shaw's.
you stay right there. B,
All
could
right,
you go-
boss.
Could you go grab Kiwi? I think she'd like to see this.
Thank you.
I
Thank you,
don't know why I
Gibbs.
don't get to grab people.
Well, Scooter, we talked about this, and I think there's a book called The Catcher in the Rye.
Was it because of week 1? The thing that
No.
happened in week 1?
Well, yeah, we
don't
cannot have
talk about
pets
week
on.
1.
Yes.
I thought we all agreed to never talk about week 1. Doctor, what I did to you was reprehensible.
Yes, we did agree not to talk about it, so we won't talk about it.
Right.
What was that?
You know, B, could you just go?
I don't remember.
It's fine. It's not important. It's not that exciting. Could you go
I don't-
get Kiwi, please?
What happens in week 1 stays in week 1.
P, do you want a cigarette? You look like you need something to sober you up
It's
a little
fair
bit.
for you to be mean to Kiwi again. Can you just please go get her?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
I go get her.
Cool.
When
That
she
was
leaves,
efficient.
when she leaves, I look at Gibbs and I'm like, I hope she's not too mean.
All right. Do you knock on the door, Bambi?
I think I want to open it without knocking. If I can, assuming it's unlocked. I don't know if it's locked.
No, it's definitely locked.
Definitely locked.
It's 100%
Okay, so
locked.
then I'm just gonna keep jiggling it for probably like 5 seconds. Like just keep jiggling.
I don't
and
think it's
jiggling.
that kind of door. We live in the future.
Oh,
It's a
It's-
door with buttons.
And
You could be
damn.
probably knocking on
yeah,
it
jiggle the button.
incessantly.
Just like
Ooh,
I'll just
yeah.
keep-
Well,
yeah,
there
just
could
keep
be like
pushing
a
it by the
light
button.
on the inside of her door where she sees it go like green, red, green, red, green, red,
Yeah.
green, red. You know what I mean? Like someone's.
But then I'll knock a lot. I'll knock a lot.
Okay. All right, I hear her, and you know, sort of after the marshal left, and as that time was passing, I've just been trying to figure out my computer, and I just wanted to see if there's a role that I could do, or maybe like contact, just like see if like it's just a bad connection, or if it's just down here, or like why I lost contact with Jeffrey. In my head, I'm presuming it's because of the storm. He's told me that, but I just, you know, I don't know. I just want to double check.
yeah. Go ahead and roll.
I forgot about all of the things I'm panicking.
4.
All right. So no successes because you're just looking for 6s.
Got it. Okay. Got it. No
Uh,
successes.
yeah,
Okay.
so-
Yeah. So,
It all looks fine.
yeah, I'm just, you know, really perplexed about this video game thing, and, you know, thinking about what we're going to need to do for the storm, and I'll open the door for B. Hey,
Probably
Bambi.
before, if you take like longer than 20 seconds, I'm just gonna keep knocking and be like, "Did you get eaten by your monsters?"
Oh, Bambi's
Uh,
mean.
don't-
Mean drunk.
Just
Hot
to
shot
keep- I
drunk
don't
pilot.
like you. I just
Yeah,
don't
be
like
a
Alright.
good pilot.
I prefer
I'm gonna Open the
apples.
door, you know, sort of mid Bambi speech, get taken aback a bit by the wino breath, and you know, hey Bambi, what's going on? What's up?
Like, Doctor wants you, and then I just walk away.
Cool. I'll follow her to the lab.
I've definitely been studying it more. I think I can't find anything else out more with this machine, so I'm gonna put it in like it's like a small like cage with like a big ass scanner on it. You know what I mean? That I'll like take samples of things and put in there. So it's like it's in there, and that shit runs for however long it runs. And then basically like when she gets in, I'll give you the rundown of basically everything that just happened. Boom. Your brain has just been uploaded with all of the stuff you just watched. And now it's like Fuck, I just lost my fucking train of thought. Well, I guess we can get the whiskey out early. This thing in your chair, I have never seen anything like this before.
Oh, there was something behind me.
Look at this. And he's going to, because I imagine like maybe I have like a video recording, and like I'll like take you to like a screen, and it's just like I'll have like like X-rays of it over here, and it's like I'll have a screen of like you can see it like playing out of like what Scooter saw, and like anyone that looked into like the microscope, it's like that whole thing was like recorded onto like a tape, you know what I mean? And so it's like you can see like clearly like that fingernail was like a living part of a creature, and whatever was happening was not real, you know what I mean? Like it was, whatever happened was real, and like what you did probably, like I would look at you and be like, you say that you saw the feed like behind you, and you snapped the chair into
I
it?
didn't see anything.
No, I know.
heard.
Oh,
something.
you heard it. It's like
Well,
I just
none
knew
of
if I
this
turned
makes any
around.
sense.
Listen, Doc, I know that we all want to celebrate, and I will be the first to say that I would enjoy a glass of whiskey right now, but it seems to me that there was an uninvited guest in our facility, and if something pushed Ms. Shaw's, and if something grew on the back of Ms. Shaw's seat, shouldn't we be, I don't know what the word is, cold, red, high, alert?
I'm very concerned. I am very concerned, because if it's not a local creature or crustacean that got scraped off of one of our boots and grew into something small when we climbed inside off of a expedition, it could be industrial espionage, which would be even worse, which means we're all of our lives are in danger. Because if there's
yes,
a
Doc.
spy in here with
Nails that grow.
I'm not worried about that.
What I think of as industrial espionage right away. When I see nails with fingers, I think industrial espionage. Doc, you are out of your goddamn mind,
When
sir.
my superior, Kiwi, tells me that there is nothing in the room and she hit something. Have you never heard of active camouflage?
But have you never heard of a
Wayland
smaller
Yutani
organism?
doesn't have active camouflage, but the Americans do.
Is this true?
Yeah, I think so. Oh wait,
All
it
I'm
might be on their
saying-
spaceships, but still.
So like, Scooter looks to you, Kiwi, for once for backup, and he's like, all I'm saying is that perhaps it was just the thing that we potentially couldn't see with our eyes. Potentially it was too small.
I'm inclined to agree with Scooter this once. Because if you remember, the marshal or someone said that they looked at the video footage of the area and didn't see anything except for my chair.
Yeah.
So
it could be that this alien thing, this finger with a stomach that we found, may have been planted on this ship and happened to be found by the high Wayland Yutani Corpo representative, the ones who would be pulling shit where they don't care about the lives of all the people on the ship.
You're saying that?
Sounds really convenient. Yeah, I definitely don't trust corpos, like in general. I'm not saying that. That's an aside. That was.
No, you should say that.
I'm not
saying that.
Say that. Are you saying that? I'm confused.
Yeah, she's saying
The other stuff
Okay.
I said out loud. Like, I hate to be, Captain Obvious,
Yeah.
but I think it's really fucking convenient that Kiwi found this weird thing and made up some story about a game that's not even true to cover why she was screaming.
Now, listen here, Doe. Listen here. Kiwi might be completely inept and utterly useless on this ship, but because she is so completely inept and utterly useless, I don't believe that she is part of this. I believe that she is just as confused and disconcerted as the rest of us. She seems to, as usual, have no fucking clue what the fuck is going on.
Scooter, we talked about being cruel.
Oh, boss.
I'm sorry, Gibbs. Could you help me out here?
Surely. What might I help you with?
I lost
Listen.
my train of thought. Sorry.
Can I
We have-
ask a
Oh,
question
Scooter.
real quick? Mitch, does the crew, do we know of some sort of protocol that happens if there's some emergency? Like, let's say the glass breaks and water starts coming in.
That's a great
Is
question.
there like any sort of like a code red or
Kiwi,
something?
You know that your particular domicile can actually be ejected from the rest of the station and then floats on up.
Sure.
You're the
Just
only one.
yours?
Just yours. You're the only one who knows this too. This is top
Dude.
secret for the corp. Other than that,
That's so cool. By the way,
Oh.
that's really fucking cool.
Well, yeah,
Like-
Scooter is like starting to get pretty insistent that we need to go on some kind of alert and start, doing something about this. Because
Yeah.
Scooter's not much of a thinking man. He's more of a doing man.
yeah, other than your own escape hatch, Kiwi, you can take the elevators up.
Well, only one right now because one's
Okay.
broken.
Well, you
don't
guys
actually-
don't know
we don't
that.
know that. We
Right,
don't
yeah.
know.
Right. So I just want
Keep 'em
to
in the
like there's
broken.
no thing where like doors will close and close off the science lab.
Oh
or,
yeah,
like,
those do happen. So every door can be secured to prevent the rest of the station from going under.
Okay.
Big deep blue
Um,
sea, you know?
Now,
Sharks.
Kiwi, with all due respect, Ms. Scholes, can't we just start searching the place for more of these fingernails and see what comes up? And perhaps we'll put everybody's minds at ease.
We
Doing a little bit of work and looking around some.
Yeah. I mean, I think that this is clearly something that we need to address, but we don't even know anything about it. Like the doctor just figured out that it has a stomach and legs. I mean, all I heard was a noise, and when I look back, the only thing he finds is a fingernail, and there was nothing large enough on screen to be caught by our security
But that-
cameras. I don't know. This is really
Then perhaps we go about our days and keep somebody on watch at all times while we sleep.
we can
well. There's something
spend-
I need to tell you guys, which is
Fuck.
there's a storm coming. It's
Oh,
kind of
storm.
already here, and we're gonna be trapped down here for maybe a couple days.
How many
And
is a
Jeffrey said we also are only down to one elevator right now. I guess the other ones are down because of the storm. There's technical difficulties. It's very unclear. Our communications broke up, but actually, Scooter, do you think that's something that you could help him with? Do you know anything about the elevators?
Do you know anything about paperwork?
Apparently, I'm really stupid and I don't know anything. So you tell me,
Oh,
Scooter.
Ms.
You said it.
Scholes. Don't you said it yourself, Ms. Scholes. I just work here.
Alright.
All right. If somebody will come with me, I'm not going anywhere by myself in this godforsaken underwater prison.
I have a suggestion. I believe
Don't
we
fix the elevator.
No, I believe we should first make sure that we are safe and secure and that there is no industrial espionage or uncomfortable critters. Because I remember quite clearly 2 months ago, Scooter got bit by a fire crab. And he went to go pick it up and
What
shit-
happens in week 7 stays in week 7, Doc.
they shit fire out and you went to
Then
grab
you
it
can't
and
say that about every week.
well, he burned his fingers. That wasn't that.
That's not all that I burnt, boss.
I know. I'm your doctor.
I burnt my pride.
I literally fix everything here, or the people. You fix the place, I fix the people. But listen, we should not. Now that there's something else here and we don't know what it is, we should at least spend at least a few moments doing a basic search through this place to see if there's anything that's out of place, just to make sure that there's no one else here that shouldn't be here.
Agreed.
And if that is the case, then sure, we can get back to work.
How many rooms are in this area? Like, how long would it take for us to do a pretty, expansive search?
Probably an hour.
Let's do it. Let's
Split up or
let's not split up.
We can
That's
split up.
RPG 101.
We should split
Well, no,
up.
in this game, no, I have something to say, and I want to say it out loud right now.
Yeah.
No, in this
Metagaming
game,
already. I just don't want to die.
No, in this game, there's a whole section called splitting up, and I didn't read it, but I know Mitch did, and I'm gonna go with Mitch on this one. Mitch, do you think we should split up?
Oh my God, you're asking the.
You
You're asking
guys
me?
should do whatever you want.
See, I
do
told
whatever
you,
you
we
like.
should do what I want.
All right. I'd say let's.
Doctor and Kiwi could stay in the research lab and keep studying this nail thing.
Well, that sounds nice, but the machine's going, and I might be the only person that can run my M314 motion tracker to look for any, skittering rats or anything like that. I know we've ran it a couple times to get rid of shit, but...
Listen, Doc. If we don't trust anybody here, let's stick together. It'll take a little bit longer, but let's do it, and let's do it now.
Hey, if you guys
No
want to
more
just
time
go
for
back to
talk.
work, me and Scooter will take care of this. If it
No,
really
sir,
is
I'm
bothering
saying
you...
the 5 of us stick together and we search right now, where
No,
we can
yeah,
keep our
let's
eyes on
all
our
go.
partners.
Let's all go. I like protecting more people at once than less people at once.
Yes, your gun can shoot all of us if we're all bad guys. Am I right, boss?
You're not wrong.
I'm sorry. All right, so let's.
I'm
get to
sorry.
searching.
I'm sorry.
Do we have personal communicators?
No. We
So
have...
if we split up, we cannot speak to each other, correct?
Yeah, you can. There's different places on the station where you just kind of like intercoms.
Yeah.
But also, if
Walk
we're
under
working
the
about, if
camera.
we're worried about corporate espionage and we don't trust each other, let's just do it together. It'll take a little bit longer, but at least we're together. That.
I
is
only
what-
care about Kiwi, so I can split up with Kiwi.
What about shortwave radios?
Also
Kiwi,
work.
Kiwi,
Yeah, you
Kiwi
got
gonna come
3.
back dead.
That should work.
They can't.
I
Bounce
don't
rate
want
your
to
waves,
die.
Kiwi's like, what did I do?
I'm ready.
I really feel a lot of like an undeserved hate right now.
First of all, Kiwi, I just wanted to let you know, going into this, I loved you, and after saying you do this, dude, it's called carrying a shit shovel, and you're doing it so well.
Yeah, Kiwi, you're just the lieutenant, You're the.
Yeah, you're taking a lot of unnecessary heat.
Yes, for no reason because
Yeah,
you're the
because-
boss.
yeah.
And nobody wants
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
wants a boss on a frontier.
Yeah.
That's all. That's
Yeah.
at least Scooter's. Scooter doesn't want a boss. Scooter's on the frontier so he can get away from all that shit.
Yeah, just remember,
But anyway.
Kiwi, you get paid time off. They don't.
Exactly right. And you complained about
I
the
get
food.
an escape pod and nobody else can.
Yeah, just like, you know what? Fuck this. And just press the button like, hey.
All right. So do we search together?
All right.
And do we find anything?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
boss.
can search together. I have no. Kiwi's like, I don't fucking care. Let's do this, so I can get back to my computer and figure out if I have any. If anybody has told me anything.
Maybe it's just a virus.
That's
Well,
probably it.
Well, that's the thing that's greasy is
Figure
that
it
we don't
out.
know that happened to our
Even if the
computer, and
computer
it's like I just
comes-
want to. I have a fucking high ass thing into that, and I was like, I want to get into your computer and figure out what happened, but I don't know that happened.
All
There
right,
was
so
a
you
thing.
guys are looking around. One of the biggest things you notice, as you're looking around outside the window, there is indeed, which kind of got lost in, I think, a couple moments. There is that brine lake just outside the window.
Oh, I haven't seen this yet.
Is it full of fingernails?
I think this is the first time I've seen this.
Correct.
Yeah,
The only ones who
same.
saw it were Gibbs and
Yeah.
and Bambi.
Me
Yeah.
and Gibbs.
If I see this, I'm gonna stop and just like put my eyes right up on the fucking glass. Like, can I roll on that? Will I run over here and let my dog inside? Come on, dog.
All right, so yeah, what's the deal?
Can I roll observation on that?
Yeah.
Do you need to roll observation for that?
To like know what it is.
I got one pass. Fuck
I
yeah.
feel like we would have told
No
them.
stress. One pass.
Yeah, like you can confirm what Gibbs and Bambi
Okay, cool.
said. Like yeah, it's a brine lake.
Nice.
I feel like I'm a scientist.
We brine some jelly in it.
So it's a brine lake
That's something that
under
we
the
just
water.
haven't seen before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
it's a phenomenon found on Earth as well, where there's basically a lake that has a different solution. So it appears to be a lake in the water.
Like you can literally see the viscosity. So it's like imagine like you're
Yeah.
hundreds of feet underwater and there's just like a
Got it.
line. And then like sometimes there are rivers in that sense too. And I guess we haven't seen this around the station
Correct.
before.
You have
Is
not
there-
seen
like
this
this close?
before.
I would.
Are there
I
windows closer to it? Or like,
No.
are there farther down windows that we can look through a different window?
No, it's pretty much wherever this is. It looks. It's kind of hard to gauge distance in water, but it looks very much far away.
Yeah.
Is there a
Okay, so we don't
central-
see. It's not like covered in white goo up close. It's like a blob far away.
No one
in-
said
in
white
the
goo
viewing.
except you, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
but
no
yeah,
one
it's
said
just
white
like
goo.
this differentiation of water a little bit further outside the window.
Okay, so at this point, Scooter looks to to Dr. Penrose and says, "Well, Doc, corporate espionage might be right. It looks like there might be something in that water there."
Yeah, storm. Might be the storm, Scooter.
It might be active camouflage, boss.
Well, I may have spoke out of tongue earlier, but hey, let's get this place cleared out, and we can just get back to work.
And what's the alert we're on here? Red alert or platinum alert there?
Well,
This is
not
spooky
gonna
shit.
lie, I'm pretty sure the colors just if you're going on, Scooter. Well, I know you're colorblind because I'm your doctor. So let's just go with numbers. We'll say 5 is bad, 1 is kind of let's be worried. Let's say 1.5 right now, Scooter.
If you say so, boss, but I don't like the way that water looks.
I'm gonna constantly reach
Yeah,
up and pat
yeah.
on Scooter's back like this, just because he's so goddamn big. Like it's all right,
Thanks,
Scooter.
boss.
It's all right.
Do I feel like the lake has changed at all since I last looked at it? Or is it changing?
Oh yeah, like is it bigger or different color?
Yeah,
or-
it's definitely bigger. It feels like it's gotten closer.
Wait, what has gotten closer?
The
The
lake
brine.
closer.
But they're the only ones who know that.
Yeah, like
They
I-
didn't, they
there's
didn't even
there.
mention that they saw anything.
Yeah, there's no way.
I'm
Yeah.
under the impression that we all.
Excuse me for not telling you everything.
No, this is perfect. No, this is perfect.
I
It
didn't
makes
say
perfect
that.
sense. No, you can't tell everyone everything all the time.
All right, let's continue
All
looking.
right,
Yeah.
there's a lot going on. I
Yeah.
forgot about it when you screamed, and there was this weird thing in your chair. So, my bad.
What do we see, Game Mother?
Well,
Anything?
yeah, so I've had the motion tracker out the whole time since we started doing it, but it's a M314, so it only does short range, which means like I'm only picking stuff up I think like 15-20 feet away, right? So that's cabbage. But hey, well no, if something bad's gonna happen.
So let's
Right,
just
as it
systematically,
happens, yeah.
systematically go room by room and see what we can see. And
Well, I mean,
maybe...
we scan just the hallways. We don't have to go in every room. I mean, we like walk and then like put the scanner, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but let's walk to the elevator as well and see
Yeah,
if we
so
can
the,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
stop by the elevator.
The R&R place you guys really aren't using. You're only using about 30% of it. There are long, dark hallways with many of the machinations of the station turned off to conserve But these are supposed to be where the colonists will one day run around and enjoy their lives on a day-to-day basis.
That
Yeah,
would definitely happen.
Well, that makes so much sense. It's like this is a massive facility. It's not for 6 idiots. Or it's for
Why
like
do you
a
put
ton of
me in
people.
that? You put
Well,
me into that
Because I count 6 pictures, so I'm a simple man. All right,
Well,
6
Well, Mitch,
pictures.
it's because you're an idiot.
Yeah, I'm
Aren't you
Jeff.
mother?
Yeah, I'm Mama.
Here's mama.
But yeah,
GM, the game mother.
what are we seeing here, game mother? Are we noticing anything? Are we going through these different rooms and?
Yeah, for the most part, all the different rooms are pretty empty. You come to the elevator. Both of them very large, or freight elevators that can pretty much hold one of the submarines, a small nautical ships that you guys have to explore.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
so they're
badass.
pretty big. The left one, I mean, both of them are closed, but the left one has a red light just above it, blinking every now and then to indicate that it is not working.
So, Scooter will grab his maintenance jack and plug in and see if he can kind of get the box to work. If that's all right.
Of course it is.
Do it.
I get a +1 modification to heavy machinery, and I assume fucking elevator is heavy machinery.
Yeah, and you don't have to roll. You can open an elevator. The doors kind of you push the doors open, cutting into the seal, releasing it. There's a really cool technology that makes this whole thing possible. It's almost like a combination of plastic that stay fluid and adaptable, but a long kind of pipe runs through it that introduces a chemical compound that makes it rigid during the up and down of the elevator. And right now, it is just kind of this dark shaft with this almost skin-like cylinder thing going all the way up. And you guys know this. You guys have seen this before. It's really cool tech. But it's dark, pitch black in here.
I imagine there might actually even be like weird sounds coming from it, just because it's like, yo, you've got a metal tube 2 miles running through a fucking ocean that has a hurricane on it. Like the whole place could be like just like making this like weird like hum sound. Like fucking close the goddamn elevator doors, or we're gonna hear that all night.
Veils.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to open the elevator. Is there anything else? You know, what are we seeing? What am I experiencing right now?
Yeah. Other than the giant kind of skin-like column moving up, as well as the metallic bottom, in the corner there appears to be a twisted form in the dark.
Oh, no.
Perfect.
We
Oh,
all
no.
see it.
Can
I whispered to everybody.
I
now.
shine my flashlight straight at it.
You what?
I pull out my flashlight.
Oh boy.
Like a
Oh
cop.
boy.
I'm gonna grab my gun.
I
I don't expect more people.
If I see a thing that I think is a body, I'm gonna like walk. I'm a doctor. I'm gonna walk towards it like a hand out though.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like
of course it's stupid,
flashlight
dude.
comes up, and you see these cloud-like eyes, 2 of them, pale, staring back at you, mouth opening up in this guttural scream. Jeffrey in the corner of this place, kind of split and twisted like a little pretzel, with several pieces of bone kind of expanding out of his back. It looks like someone took his spinal column and then just shifted it up through the skin.
Upstairs, Jeffrey.
Yes.
Upstairs, Jeffrey. That we just had a couple nice, real cool phone calls with Jeffrey.
That Jeffrey.
And like it's been like 2 minutes since we've just walked over here
Correct.
to this Jeff.
Now, is he at the bottom of the elevator?
Yes.
He's like in the corner of the room, bro.
Ripped apart. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that like that it wasn't just the
and
bottom
he's
of the
still
shaft.
alive, screaming, kind of reacting to the light that Gibbs is showing. So everyone take a stress.
Yeah,
will
just be like,
take
what the
two,
fuck, guys?
bro.
That's fair.
My eyes are tearing up from stress,
Also,
bro.
Scooter's heart like pumps differently as well at this point, and like
Do we still have
anybody
the stress from
anybody
the other
who's-
one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you keep adding on.
anybody who's looking at him,
Didn't you drink
well,
to?
yeah, we did drink. Does that matter?
I did not, so I.
Not before.
So for stress relief for drinking, it has to come with like a chilled out environment.
Cool.
Yeah,
You can't like pound
Oh.
liquor while you're in a
So, yeah,
firefight to cool off.
Scooter has
tried
a glint in his eyes when he sees Jeffrey, and like his breathing goes a little bit shallower, but he like looks relatively calm for all for all extents. Like he looks weirdly calm, if a little excited.
You killed that part. Just kidding. And with that, we will end this episode of The Glooming.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Oh,
thanks for coming
man.
out, guys. This was a lot of fun.
Woo!
All right, I'm gonna send. I'll do a quick outro. After.
Are we live still?
Yeah, we're still live. We'll be live
Good.
until I like go whoop whoop. So yeah, why don't everyone go around real quick one more time, telling who you are, where they can find you, and what was your favorite moment. We will start. I feel like we have to start with Nellie. Nellie is a good person. We all love Nellie. Yeah, go ahead, Nellie.
Yeah, I will definitely embrace this role. So yeah, I'm Nellie, an artist in Baltimore. Worked for Mike over there at No Land Beyond. You can find me on Instagram at Nelinore, Nelinore. It's really just cat pics and my wife. Yeah, that's it.
Mike is not making her say this right now. I just wanted to say that as a third party.
And for people curious, you can find all details below if you're watching on the YouTube. So I'll get that information later on. Jeri.
Hey. I'm really enjoyed Nellie's performance.
Oh right, I forgot to say what I enjoyed.
Solid character so far. I'm really enjoying that. Terrified for the next session. I'm not on the internet very much, but I'm on Instagram at Tazolove, Tazolove. Yeah, that's it.
Heck yeah.
Hey Mitch, you watch it.
All right, Nellie, what was your favorite moment? We'll go back to that.
Probably knowing that there was gonna be something fucking behind me.
Mm.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, I hope you have the best of dreams. All right, let's swoop on over to Harrison.
Oh shit! I thought I was gonna be forgotten or last again. I'm sorry, teacher. What's the question? No, I remembered. My favorite moment was the two fear factors. It was the early one where it was just like the computer thing was just like, wait, what? And then when we got to the elevator, the same thing. I guess you could find me on Instagram at Brant Banker, BrantBanker. So woodworking and stupid stuff. I actually advise no one to follow that or anything. I think you just avoid it altogether, and that's the best advice I can give you.
All right, cool. Mike. What up, man?
Mitch.
How's it going?
Once again, my name is Mike. You can find me
Family is about to knock down her trees.
Yeah, I see.
Now let her do it. Let it ride, dude.
You can
Let it ride.
you can find me at No Land Baltimore. That is the handle for my Instagram page for our little game shop, which doesn't really have a lot of RPG books, but we can put everything on back order for you and get it for you in a week. I really
We deliver.
enjoyed getting to start role playing with everybody, kind of getting to know everybody's various characters and idiosyncrasies, and I'm excited to antagonize one of my best friends, Nellie, for sessions to come.
That'll be interesting.
Get
All right,
down.
Meaghan.
So, hi, I'm Meaghan. You can find me at No Land Baltimore. That's just a local board game bar. I don't know if you've heard of it. I'm totally affiliated with that Instagram.
Influencer.
In real life, I really like Nellie. I think she's really cool and awesome.
Can we make Nellie a cake? Just like between.
I think I owe her an apology.
Oh,
No.
we enjoy going to eat Kiwi.
But also, one of my favorite things that I've done today was be a bitch to Nellie.
Oh, if
And
you-
also Mike's accent. I am very enjoying.
Oh,
I think
God.
my favorite thing that's happened, like that's my favorite thing that I've done. My favorite thing that's happened is I really think that this situation of Nellie playing the game, being like, what the fuck, I'm seeing myself, like that was very stressful. That was
Yeah, that's spooky.
Hopefully, we'll see more of it. And yeah, we got a request for one of us to make Nellie a cake. So,
Oh.
cake and beer for
Okay.
Nellie.
All right, Nellie, you're getting
Yeah,
a cake next week.
yeah, Nelly deserves
But
a
the cake is a lie.
It's just beer.
Of course it's a lie.
Shout out to
Oh,
Mary
It's
Rose
just
if
a
she's
bag of
listening.
shit.
Ooh, no, it's a cake that you made out of beer.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I like
Did
that.
Harrison say his stuff yet? Did we forget Harrison again?
No,
he
we
went-
didn't.
He
We
started
did not.
earlier.
I got everyone this
He
time.
started.
Everyone,
he
look
literally-
around.
Yeah.
Look at your buddies. Is anyone not taken care of?
I didn't get to go twice.
No, you're done. People, thank you so much for showing up. We'll be here next week doing the same things, causing that same amount of stress. You could, of course, tomorrow you'll find us playing Pathfinder 2E. In the afternoons, you'll see Hjelmar from Red Moon Roleplay, which is super cool. They'll be playing Divinity Original Sin 2.
Ooh.
So that'll be
I
really
want
fun.
some of that.
Yeah, and
Love that.
Hjelmar is
Favorite
the
game ever.
best. You guys will love Hjelmar. He's really cool. Other than that,
Awesome.
the first season of the year for Weave the Tale is coming up with Parslings, Great American Witch, Chronicles of Nuada, Fate of Cthulhu. So many awesome indie games you guys gotta check out and of course buy. And yeah, I hope everyone has a lovely night. Check under your bed, look into your vents. There is something there. And with that, we will all wave and hope that you guys all have a lovely evening.
There is something there.
Ah.